Today, let us try to deal with the law of conservation of energy. In the law of conservation of energy, the first important statement is energy neither be created nor be destroyed. It can change from one form to another form. So, how do you understand this particular case? Suppose total mechanical energy of the system is nothing but a fixed quantity. Then, what do you mean by total energy? That is called as kinetic energy plus potential energy is equal to a fixed quantity. Whenever a fixed quantity is there means the change of total energy becomes what? Zero. So therefore, change of kinetic energy plus change of potential energy is equal to zero. We can write down like this. Further, the change of kinetic energy means what you write down? Final kinetic energy minus initial kinetic energy plus final potential energy minus initial potential energy is equal to 0. Upon exchanging this one, we can write down as initial potential energy plus kinetic energy is equal to final potential energy plus and final kinetic energy. We can write down. What is meaning of this? As the potential energy initially more, kinetic energy is less. As the potential energy is finally less, kinetic energy is more. That is the meaning of this particular equation. That means whatever the total initial energy, which is equal to always final energy. Energies are always equal, they won't change. But we got an alteration like this, we have to remember. The best example is when you consider the water in the water reservoir. What happens? Water will simply travels or flow from the reservoir to that of the dam. As a result, the potential energy converts in the form of kinetic energy, and then the whole system, that energy converts in the form of electrical energy upon rotating of what? Turbines. And then electrical energy finally goes to the different places for the various purposes, and finally the remaining energy, what? And including the electrical energy, everything finally reacts or finally gives rise towards the natural energy only. Further, if you try to consider the simple graphical treatment of kinetic energy and potential energy, we have something like this. Kinetic energy and potential energy, when you try to plot the graph, okay, in that particular case, as we are moving from origin away, what happens? Potential energy increases. As potential energy increases, kinetic energy also decrease. That's why K1 is the initial, K2 is the final. However, in this particular case, the slope of the equation is always equal to -1. That means on the graph, okay, if kinetic energy and potential energies are given, unknown values are also determined using this particular equation. Further, you can consider one more case. TE represents what? Total mechanical energy, which is always fixed quantity for the spring. And kinetic energy and potential energy, they are going to be changes. Kinetic energy going to be maximum at the mean point, and potential energy is very less at the mean point. At the extreme points, either left side extreme or right side extreme, when you take, okay, we are getting what? Maximum has nothing but potential energy and minimum has kinetic energy. But the summation of kinetic energy and potential energy is always constant quantity. It won't change irrespective of the position and time. Further, when you consider an example case, we need to find out what compression of the spring of constant K upon releasing a ball of mass M from certain height h as per the figure. Let us apply law of conservation of energy. Apply law of conservation of energy to the problem. Total potential energy mg into, we can add on as h plus y, where y is nothing but displacement to the system. That entire potential energy, which is in the form of okay, gravitation, simply convert in the form of what? Potential energy in the spring without any loss. Half k y square is the potential energy of the spring. So you can transmit this one to here. As a result, half k y square minus mg of h plus y is equal to 0, we can write down. Further, we can write down as y square minus 2mg by k of y plus h is equal to 0. We can write down like this. Upon expanding this equation, we can write down as y square plus of minus 2mg by k into y plus minus 2mgh by k is equal to 0. We can write down. That means a is equal to 1, b is equal to minus 2mg by k, c is equal to minus 2mgh by k. These are the three values of the quadratic equation we got. And then we have to substitute in the root of the equation. Y is equal to, what is the formula? Minus b plus or minus under root of b square minus 4ac by, you can write down as 2a. The values of a, b, c are obtained from the previous equation, where a, b, c are given by let us substitute all these values. Then you can write down as 2mg by k plus or minus root of 4m square g square by k square plus 8 into a means 1, no problem, leave it. You can write down as mgh by k. We can write down whole divided by 2. Upon solving this, we can write down as mg by k plus or minus root of m square g square by k square plus here remaining term 4 common outside, therefore here 2 only remains, therefore 2 mgh by k. We can write like this. And final option for the question is nothing but one can make mg by k as common, 1 plus or minus root of, you can write down as 1 plus. Let us make mg by k common, then you can write down as 2 kh by mg. We can write down. This is going to the final answer for the problem.